Hello, welcome. Thanks for coming to my little video. I'm going to be talking about cannabis for menstrual cramps, cannabis for the menstruating person, and how she can be of wonderful assistance. We are only going to go very surface level, very quick overview of what cannabis can do for a menstruating person, because cannabis has so much medicine in it. She has been a plant ally to the human being for so long, for as long as we know, right? Ancient Egyptians were said to use cannabis for the menstrual cycle by creating an oxymol, so cannabis and honey, and placing it in the vagina. Queen Victoria was said to use it. She would use it for her menstrual cramps, just like we're going to talk about. So only pretty recently has cannabis been associated with being bad, becoming illegal and causing fear to surface when talking about and when consuming her medicine. So cannabis is a mood changer, right? So there's two types. First of all, there's two types that you can be using for your menstrual cycle. There's CBD and there's THC. And CBD is not going to change your mood in a big drastic way. THC is. So if you're going to use THC, I highly suggest not just using the THC extract, only THC. Use the whole plant. And I am like this with all plants, but especially with THC because when you're using her whole plant, that is where the medicine lies. And when you're just extracting the part that's going to get you high, this is really just abusing her beautiful medicine that she's providing for us. And I get wanting to get high. That is medicine in itself, having fun and doing that. For menstrual cramps, I suggest using the whole plant because it's going to be a lot more effective at relieving your cramps. CBD, if you don't want to get high at all, maybe you're going to work, maybe you're not the type of get high kind of person, CBD is really, really wonderful as well. So great because it does pretty much everything THC is going to do for the menstrual cramps without getting you high. And it even does some things better, like relaxing your muscles, like opening up your heart chakra. So I really felt this when I use CBD. You can just feel this big opening in your heart, and this can be medicine in itself because when we use cannabis to help relieve menstrual cramps, it is an allopathic way. It's kind of placing a band-aid over the issue and just being able to survive, which is totally fine. If you have really bad dysmenorrhea, really bad cramps, you want to relieve that pain so that you can go about your day and live your life. And I totally get that. That's why I'm talking about cannabis. But you're also going to want to get to the underlying cause, which CBD can help you do that. And THC if you let it. So that's going to help to relieve some shame that you may be holding in that space. Get a different perspective. And shame creates pain. Shame creates blockages, and blockages create pain. That's a little quote from Cami McBride that has stuck with me, specific to the menstrual cycle, because we have been taught to carry so much shame there. Shame just being a woman, shame bleeding, and it doesn't need to be that way. And cannabis, this beautiful plant, can help us to relieve that. But on the more allopathic way, actually relieving the cramps, she's wonderful. So she's really great at just decreasing pain, lessening the amount of pain that you're feeling, lessening the amount of pain that your brain is receiving, and actually exchanging it with good feelings. So that's pretty wonderful. She's also great for relieving anxiety, which is common. If you experience anxiety, it's more common to experience it at a heightened level when you're PMSing or when you're bleeding. So taking cannabis in the form of CBD is really great for lessening anxiety. If you know that THC has lessened your anxiety, then it's great for that too. For some people, you might do the opposite at that moment. But I believe after, your anxiety will be relieved. So yeah, lessening anxiety, lessening overthinking, and crazy mood changes will really help you feel more calm, centered, and balanced. Also, really wonderful as a muscle relaxant. So when we're experiencing bleeding, it's actually our experiencing cramps and experiencing bleeding, it's our uterus like pushing it out, pushing out the egg, pushing out the endometrium, which is causing pain if our muscles are cramping and overworking. So creating or letting the muscles relax, like how you may feel when you smoke weed. You might feel more relaxed and chill. Your muscles also feel like that. So yeah, it's really great to help relieve the muscle cramping in that way. And also another thing that it does is help to relieve the inflammation. So it's a great anti-inflammatory, and that is what is causing a lot of pain when it comes to menstrual cramps. So same thing when our endometrium lining is shedding, which is the inside of the uterus. So every single moon cycle, every month-ish, however long it is for you, you create the endometrium, which the egg would come, fertilize itself. Well, not fertilize itself. It would need somehow, that would be cool, but it would need a sperm. Be fertilized, stick to the wall, and the wall would kind of encapsulate it, and then you wouldn't bleed. If this doesn't happen, the egg comes out and the wall as well. So every month we're creating a new lining on the inside of our uterus. And if it's not fertilized, the egg, then it will shed, and that's what is actually causing pain, and that is what is actually bleeding outside of you. So yeah, really great at those things. And I just need to say that when you're using cannabis, it's great to use it with a lot of reverence and respect, like it is for, I believe you should use all plants in this way because they deserve that. Cannabis especially, because cannabis has been very misused, used as a crutch. So used as an allopathic way like this, which is helping to decrease your pain, is really great, and she's there for us. But be careful not to use it in a way that is overuse, and using it as a crutch with anxiety, with your pain. Try to get to the underlying issue, because those issues will still exist whether or not you're using cannabis on top of it. And yeah, just big shout out to this homegirl Cannabis for changing my life, probably changing your life. If you haven't yet to try her, I'm super excited for you. And let me know if it works for you, if you have used cannabis prior or are going to in the future for your menstrual cramps. Thank you. Big blessings.